Hi guys, and welcome back to SwitchUp. Thanks so much to all of our new subscribers. We've had a ton of new patrons, like loads of them this week. We really appreciate it. We're going to look at the upcoming games this week. I'm going to warn you, it is not looking too rosy, is it, Glenn?
Yeah, there's a couple of quite highly anticipated ones, to be fair, but all in all, it's not looking the strongest of weeks, and it's quite pixel heavy as well, isn't it?
The pixel is definitely strong with this one. Let's get into the list. The first game on our list is called Red Siren Space Defense. So when Glenn and I first saw this one, I thought it looked like Future Strike, and Glenn said, no, it's Choplifter.
Yeah, it definitely has a Choplifter vibe about it in terms of the gameplay. It's got some decent looking visuals as well, to be fair, and it's priced quite reasonably as well at £8.99, and I'm assuming about $10. First impressions are quite positive, to be fair.
Definitely positive. A bit like when we saw that Fishing 3D game, Glenn. Let him know in the comments.
Okay, next up then we have a game called Prime World Defenders. Now this is a tower defense game which looks to have some sort of deck building aspect to it as well, but, well, I'm going to say unfortunately, in terms of my opinion on these sort of things, it looks to be some sort of free-to-play or pay-to-win sort of game, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, let us know down in the comments if you've played this one before and it's not pay-to-win, but when I see the stars or the silver that you can buy with real-world money and those prices are hidden at the moment, it doesn't fill me with confidence at all, and quite frankly, I don't really want to see this kind of stuff on Switch, personally.
I don't like this sort of model. Hope it doesn't become too prominent on the Switch.
One time, the cost goes up, and we don't have unlimited materials.
The battle!
Great stuff. So the next game we're looking at is called PERCHANG. Is that right, perchance? See what I did? From Chilled Mouse. Nice name. PERCHANG is a puzzler by the looks of it. There was a game on the iPad that you had to basically create the shadow of objects on the wall, like an image of a creature or something like that. The visuals of this look quite similar to that game. Maybe I'll flash it up on the screen. But it says puzzles, balls, gizmos and contraptions, and you basically just got to get the balls from the emitter to the goal. So it's quite a simple task. I am partial to a little puzzler like this, Glenn. What do you reckon?
I actually quite like games like this. It's like a physics-based puzzler, isn't it? There was a game on the DS, I think it might have been on the Wii as well, but I doubt anyone would ever even remember. It was called Gravity, and it was very similar in terms of you had to set up or get something from one end to the other using the physics of the objects on the screen in front of you. Looks very much like that. About £10. These are the sort of games you can spend a couple of minutes on or lose a couple of hours on.
Now, I almost had a eureka moment there where Glenn made a reference that I thought I got, but I was thinking of the Sandra Bullock movie in space. It's a good film. You seen it? It's called Gravity.
No.
Have you not seen Gravity?
No, we're talking about Switch games, not bloody movies. It's not movie. Movie Up.
Seen Gravity. Have you not seen Gravity?
Should we start a sister channel, Movie Up?
Movie Up works.
Film Up.
Yes, please. The next game is called TIMESPINNER, which isn't a movie at all, but we are watching a film called The Mummy, right? And you loved that game, The Mummy Demastered, which looks a lot like TIMESPINNER mixed with Shantae.
You know the 6 degrees of separation? That wasn't that. TIMESPINNER. I actually really want to talk about this one. This put me off completely. Right, this is a platform game that's inspired by some of the classics of the 90s. Now, I know as soon as you say that, people think pixel art and they want to stop listening, but as I said recently about Shakedown Hawaii, a game I really enjoyed, looks to be pixel art done perfectly. It looks absolutely beautiful. If the platforming is as good as the pixel art, this could be an absolute cracker.
Sheet and the Lightbearer is a point-and-click adventure game, which is a genre very, very dear to my heart indeed. You follow the journey of the little firefly to seek the mother deep inside the heart of the unknown forest. It's a fairy tale story with a load of different characters. It says the soundtrack is something special, and hopefully the trailer's showing you that.
Okay, next up then we have another platform game called Hue. The gameplay mechanic in this is that you can change the colour of the background, and that will in turn allow you to move on and progress through the levels. It looks a little bit like Limbo mixed with Runbo. What would that give you? Limbo. That's fair enough.
So it's got a unique colour matching mechanic, a heartfelt story that touches on themes of love and loss, but I think it's really that colour matching mechanic that stands out the most to me. This could be quite interesting. I hope we get a review out for this one. Now I know the next one has quite a following. It's called Slay the Spire, and it is a roguelike. Yep, and it's also a card game. You have to choose your cards carefully before you take on an ever-changing spire, and I guess try and make your way to the top.
Yeah, neither of us have played this one before. I know it's got quite a good following, and I know it's been quite highly anticipated on the Switch, because ever since we did our review of SteamWorld Quest, people have been mentioning how much they're looking forward to Slay the Spire.
Well, we just watched the trailer for the next game. It's Summer Sports Games, but Glenn, I thought this was supposed to be a list of games we're actually kind of looking out for. This looks like absolute, well, it looks a lot like that 3D fishing game, but around a track, to be fair.
Yeah, you've got the artwork for the game, where the character looks like a reject from the Garbage Pail Kids, and then you've got the actual trailer itself, and it looks like a Wii game, doesn't it? It looks appalling. The run animation is pathetic, and it kind of shows the slim pickings we got this week. When we're even including this in our list, isn't it?
The penultimate game is Legend of the TETRARCHS from Kemco, and I've mentioned a few times how much I enjoy their games. They are always the same. They're old school JRPGs with turn-based combat. Just read through the description, absolutely nothing new. Kemco RPG.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these. I know you have a soft spot for them, Mark. They're a bit too by the numbers for me. If you've played one, you've played all of them, haven't you? But if you like that sort of thing, then I suppose you've got another one to occupy yourself with.
Which takes us onto a semi-decent looking game, Warlocks 2 GODSLAYERS, from our friends over at Cubic Games, who incidentally, Glenn just mentioned, are releasing one of their games just now for absolutely free. So if you own any of the other games, get onto the eShop and download their free game. It's a 4-player side-scrolling hack and slash, Glenn, with over 40 types of enemies, but the best part for me is the fact that you can do up to 4-player co-op.
We've just watched the trailer and it certainly looks intriguing. And it also has 50% off at launch if you own one of Cubic Games' other titles, which is something they do quite often, and fair play to them for it.
Thanks as always guys for watching. Let us know down in the comments if you're going to be picking any of these ones up, or if there are ones that you would particularly like us to review.
The last game I got asked to review was about a mermaid, and now you're asking me to review a fish. Yeah, what's the fish theme about? Weird fish fetish going on this channel, I tell you.
For all things Switch, all the time, keep it Switch up.
Happy gaming.
See ya!
I don't wanna seize all the things that we have done tonight.